16. The boy who found courage in a small village near a forest. There lived a boy named Suraj. He was kind and helpful, but he was also very timid. He was afraid of many things, the dark, wild animals, and even speaking up in front of others. His fear made him feel ashamed and helpless. One day, the village chief announced a grand celebration, and every family was asked to contribute something special. Suraj's family decided to make a large pot of their famous sweet rice pudding. On the day of the celebration, Suraj's mother realized that they had forgotten to collect the special herbs from the forest that made their pudding unique. Suraj, wanting to help his family, decided to venture into the forest alone to find the herbs, despite his fear. As he walked deeper into the forest, he heard strange noises, saw shadows moving, and felt his heart racing. But he kept repeating to himself, "I am brave. I can do this." After what seemed like an eternity, he found the herbs. Just as he was about to leave, he heard a loud growl and saw a wolf staring at him. Suraj was terrified, but he remembered what his grandfather had told him. Fear is just a feeling, courage is how you respond to it. Suraj picked up a stick and stood tall, not backing away. The wolf, seeing his confident stance, slowly retreated into the woods. Suraj quickly made his way back to the village, where his family and the villagers praised him for his bravery. From that day on, Suraj was no longer afraid. He realized that courage was not the absence of fear, but the ability to face it. Moral: courage is not about never being afraid, but about facing your fears with determination and confidence. 17. The magic paintbrush. In a small village, there lived a poor but talented artist named Dev. His art was so beautiful that people said his paintings came to life. One day, a wise old man visited Dev and gave him a magical paintbrush. He told Dev, "Whatever you paint with this brush will come to life." Dev was overjoyed and immediately began using the brush to help his fellow villagers. He painted food for the hungry, clothes for the needy, and toys for the children. The villagers were amazed by his kindness and creativity. However, a greedy landlord in the village heard about the magic paintbrush and demanded that Dev give it to him. When Dev refused, the landlord had him thrown in jail and took the paintbrush by force. The landlord then tried to paint gold and jewels, but instead, the paintbrush only produced snakes and scorpions that attacked him. The landlord realized the paintbrush only worked for those with pure intentions. Regretful, he freed Dev and returned the paintbrush, apologizing for his greed. Dev, in turn, forgave him and continued to use the brush to bring happiness and comfort to his village. Moral: power and gifts should be used for good, and true magic lies in kindness and pure intentions. These stories offer lessons on perseverance, courage, generosity, and using one's talents for the greater good. Let me know if you'd like more stories or if there is a specific theme you'd like me to explore further. 18. The farmer and the apple tree. In a village, there was an old apple tree that stood at the edge of a farmer named Bola's field. The tree was very old, and it no longer bore fruit. Bola decided to cut it down to make space for more crops. However, the tree was home to many birds and small animals, who relied on it for shelter. One day, as Bola was about to chop the tree down, a little boy from the village approached him and said, "Please don't cut down the tree, uncle. It is home to so many birds and creatures. If you cut it, where will they go?" Bola paused and noticed the birds and squirrels running around the tree. He realized how many lives would be affected by his action. Moved by the boy's plea and seeing the life the tree supported, he decided not to cut it down. Instead, he trimmed the branches and took better care of it. Over time, the tree began to grow fresh leaves and small apples. The villagers appreciated Bola's decision to save the tree, and it became a place where children played and birds sang. The tree, though old, regained its strength and started bearing fruit again. Moral: even when things seem useless, they often have a purpose and value that we may not immediately see. Compassion and thoughtfulness can lead to unexpected rewards. 19. The Wise Old Woman and the Pot of Gold. In a small village lived a wise old woman named Sita. She was known for her wisdom and kindness. One day, while walking along the riverbank, she found a heavy pot. When she opened it, she saw it was filled with gold coins. Instead of keeping it for herself, she decided to take it to the village chief. The village chief, known for his greed, saw the pot of gold and decided to keep it for himself, claiming it was his. Sita calmly said, "If it is yours, then you must have a good idea of how many coins there are inside. Can you tell us?" The chief hesitated, realizing he could not answer. The villagers, who had gathered around, began to murmur. They saw the chief's greed and dishonesty. To save face, the chief reluctantly declared that the pot would be used for the village's needs, building a new well, school, and marketplace. The villagers praised Sita for her wisdom in ensuring the gold was used for the common good. The chief learned a lesson in humility and realized that greed would only bring him shame. Moral: honesty and wisdom can triumph over greed, and wealth is best used for the benefit of all.